I'm coming to you from the National Weather Service in Missoula, and we've got a lot of weather to talk about in this planning briefing, so let's get right into it. Key points: benign but breezy weather on Friday, followed by strong winds, the first of 2 rounds expected on Saturday, which will be followed by brief high pressure on Sunday. But then comes Monday through Tuesday, which is another round of strong winds, potentially damaging winds, which will be accompanied by snowfall and cooler temperatures. After that, by middle to late next week into the next weekend, we are expecting a warming and drying trend. So here's Saturday's winds. We're expecting gusty winds throughout the day, and the 2 graphics I'm showing here are the sustained 700 millibar winds, which is about roughly 9,000 feet up. And I show this basically to depict where the strongest winds will be. So as you can see from the 3 p.m. graphic and the 6 p.m. graphic, pretty widespread across west central Montana, northwest Montana, and right along the Idaho-Montana border. So what does it mean for valleys? We're expecting a mixed down potential of about 25 to 35 miles per hour sustained winds with gusts to 40 miles per hour. And ridgetop winds will be screaming about 50 to 60 miles per hour during this time. So definitely not a great day to be out in the backcountry. And then comes Monday through Tuesday. And this is where it gets to be a pretty high impact event. And the graphics I'm showing here, the one on the left and the one on the right, are graphics showing the area with the greatest potential for strong winds, which is the dark gold color. And you can see between the one on Monday on the left and the one on Tuesday on the right, it's pretty widespread. The signature is very high, showing the strong wind potential that exists across central Idaho into western Montana. And we see it on the left-hand graphic showing the strong gust potential for the strong wind potential, for Monday, but then it's even more widespread on the left-hand graphic for Tuesday. So both days, very windy, potentially damaging winds expected. How strong? We'll take a look at these numbers. This is Monday's max wind gust potential in knots, and this is over a 24-hour period. So for Monday, we're looking at 42 knot potential in Kalispell, 43 knots in Missoula, 40 to 50 knot range for southwest Montana, and then you can see down in Lemhi County right around Salmon, 52 knot potential, and plenty of 30 and 40 knot potential over in central Idaho. So really, really gusty day. Keep in mind, we are in spring. The ground's a little looser, the soil's a little looser, so there is potential for downed trees, downed power lines, plenty of loose objects to be blown about, so secure your garbage cans, and just a nasty day for backcountry folks. So really, really potentially damaging winds here for Monday. Then we get into Tuesday, and here's the max wind gust potential again in knots over a 24-hour period. So for Tuesday, there's a lot of 50s on this graphic, especially down in southwest Montana, including the Butte, Deer Lodge, Anaconda area. The Lemhi County, Salmon, again, 54 knots, 47 knots in Missoula, 44 knots in Kalispell, and a lot of 30s and 40s in central Idaho. So this is a strong wind day. And this is the 50th percentile, so basically middle of the road, what we could expect to see for max winds on Tuesday. And again, reiterating the potential impacts here: blown down trees, power lines, really choppy winds on lakes. So those on Flathead Lake, any area lakes, going to be very, very, very choppy conditions. And of course, our personal items and personal property, secure any loose objects because they will be blown around on Tuesday. So not only do we have winds, we have to talk about snow because this time period will have snow accompanying the winds. So what I'm showing here on the left is the area with greatest potential for snowfall, which you can see is right along the Idaho Panhandle into that corner of northwest Montana. And if you look at the graphic on the right, this is showing the 24-hour probability of snow of at least an inch, so greater than an inch. You're seeing that same area highlighted in northwest Montana, including valleys like Libby, Yak, Troy. And of course, you notice that the mountains have the highest percentage. There's Lookout Pass, Marias Pass, even down into Lolo, and all of the Clearwater and Bitterroot Mountains that kind of line the Idaho-Montana border. So the potential is there for some snowfall on Monday. But if we look at Tuesday, the percent probability of snow of at least an inch in a 24-hour period increases, not just, in percentages, but in coverage. We start to see those 30% chances of at least an inch in Kalispell, in Missoula, and of course the same areas for mountain passes and higher terrain. Right there, there's a 96% for Lookout Pass, pretty high in the Clearwater Mountains, of course, and along the Continental Divide. There is an area right there between kind of the Swan and the Mission Valleys, right over into the Bob Marshall Wilderness, where some valleys, like the Condon Swan, Sealy Swan area, could see a high probability of at least an inch of snow on Tuesday. So if we increase the amount, this is the graphic showing probability of snow greater than 6 inches over a 24-hour period ending Tuesday morning. So we start to see at least 6 inches at Lookout Pass, Lolo Pass, and Marias Pass. Those are high percentages of probability of getting at least 6 inches for those mountain passes. So our message, if you have travel plans, if you work on the roads, there is going to be a very wintry morning on Tuesday for some of our mountain passes and our roadways that cross those mountain passes. I know kind of mentally we've switched into this springtime mentality, and rightfully so. We've been pretty mild, but the snow has not gone yet, and it certainly will be falling through Tuesday morning. Looking out the long term, April 7th through April 10th, roughly, the long-term forecast models do currently agree on a large area of high pressure developing over the western United States late next week into next weekend. So the graphic here shows a cluster of models that all pretty much agree that high pressure will build over the western United States going into the latter half of next weekend and next weekend. So mild temperatures, much drier conditions, very likely our temperatures will be above normal during this time. So if you're looking for a window for prescribed burning, this could be it. Here's our weather threat matrix. You can see we highlighted Saturday for snow along the passes, including, not excluding, including those valleys up in the corner of northwest Montana along the Idaho Panhandle, and winds on Saturday as well. And then we really highlight Monday and Tuesday. It's a high impact period, including snow down to valleys, snow at mountain passes, and winds just about everywhere. So a very high impact period coming up early next week. We will be back on Sunday, April 3rd for our next recorded briefing, and we hope you join us then. Please give us a call if you have any questions on any details regarding this forecast. Thank you for joining us.